start.
I'm Karl D'Mello, Director of Darisa Builders, and these are the tenants in support of the project.
Yeah.
They are actually the majority, and the current committee, the new committee, with the vested interests, actually to go into detail about it. Now the new committee, Anita Pinto, for example, she has a ground plus one structure. She's illegally built a ground plus one structure, and the ground floor she was giving out on rent to a godown. So these few people who are in the new committee currently all were using this chawl as a business technically. Rafiq Mussafar Iqbal and Iqbal Patel, they have illegally put paan-beedi wallas, they have illegally allowed people to rent out areas which are not allowed to be leased out. They have illegally put people in the transit camp. They have done, and they have made a business out of keeping it a chawl. So these 4 or 5 people who were interviewed by you prior to this, who I think a few of their children and stuff like that were giving comments, they have made this into a business. So see, development has to take place. We can't have slums in the Bandra area anymore. It has to change. Setback has to be done. Waterlogging, flooding, piping, like progress has to happen. So, but people like the few people who have those vested interests, they want to keep it the way it was because they made a business out of it. They don't want progress indirectly.
Okay, so as it stands now, what is the actual status of this place as it stands today?
Currently, the day after demolition, I had my JCBs and my digging crew ready to start digging the double basement and putting up the patras immediately. Because the monsoon, I wanted to start the basement digging before the monsoon, before it kicked into full swing. It becomes more expensive in the monsoon.
Okay.
But now I guess they're protesting and creating a ruckus, and then eventually they'll turn around and they'll put the blame back on the builder. They'll be like, see, the builder stalled it, he could not do it, he took so long. But I'm fully ready. I've got everybody's rents kept in a bank account declared with SRA for the whole 2 to 3 years duration. I've got the rent amount for all 44 tenants. I've got everything ready. I've got my they keep saying my IOA is cancelled. My IOA is not cancelled. My IOA needs to go for revalidation because of change of DC rules. Now the DC rules have changed. My prior plan to this was passed with flower beds, which are now illegal. You can't have flower beds anymore. You have to pay for it. It's fungible FSI and TDR. So I'm revalidating my IOA with fungible and TDR, which I'll be paying around 6.5 crore on second CC for. And the plan will be exactly the same, except I have to pay this amount because flower beds is no longer legal.
Okay, now actually I think this question which I'm going to ask you is about there are certain allegations that there was a case, against your company. That's your
The FIR.
The FIR.
The
forgery case with the Khar police, and they have said that it is a forgery. So what do you have to say about this?
I am not disputing that there is a forgery, but if you get a chance to look at the FIR in detail,
yes,
you will see that the FIR is not it was, I don't know how the police have registered that FIR, because firstly the document where there is a forgery, Darisa Builders is not a party to it. It's between the landlords and their power of attorney holder.
Okay.
So Darisa Builders was made a party to it. I don't know how, what influence was used, but it's very clearly mentioned, and every court order has gone into it in detail. I will hand you over all the court orders. Every judge, from the Supreme Court judges to the High Court judges, have very clearly mentioned exactly what I said. We are not disputing that there's a forgery. Whether there's a forgery or not, that case will go on. But the main matter is that if you go through it in detail, we've got a new registered power of attorney just for the sake of these false claims. But the actual forged document, Darisa Builders is not a party to. So if you read the FIR in detail, you'll see that.
So according to you, all there is a green signal throughout.
Yeah.
So that you can go ahead with your
of course,
development, right?
Yeah, of course. Because SRA, see, we're not the kind of builders who have, you know, the influence and the stuff like that like other people. So for us to get this far, it's obviously because we're legally right. Otherwise we wouldn't reach here. The demolition wouldn't have happened. We don't have political backing. We don't have, you know, we're not the divan or something like that. For us to reach here, it's because we're legally correct.
Okay, so now when did you actually purchase this property?
The property was purchased in 92.
92. So when it was a purchase,
It
what?
was a sale deed.
Yeah.
Sale cum development.
Okay, so that was done from the Fernandes Chawl owners, right?
No.
Correct.
Your landlord.
The landlords.
Landlord.
Owners of.
We are all tenants.
No, I know. From the owners.
owners.
Fernandes Chawl owners. So there must have been multiple owners, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Quite a few of them.
Okay, so when you bought this piece of land, what was it? What type of land was it?
When I bought it, I think it was already slum declared.
It was.
92. Yeah, it was already slum declared.
To tell you one more
So
thing.
Yeah.
SRA scheme got initiated a bit later.
Okay.
Initially it was SRD. It was
SRD.
I think Thomas, you mentioned that SR
Exactly.
was after SRT. Right?
Exactly, and the reason we did not initiate the scheme earlier is because under SRD we've got a 3 FSI sanction currently, but under SRD we were only getting a 2 FSI sanction. So it did not become feasible because we had to give each tenant 180, I think, at that time, and now it's become 269. So with the change of the laws, it's become more feasible to do the project. It's become more it's better for the tenants as well as it's better for the developer because the laws have changed. Now we've got a 3 FSI sanction, which 1.5 FSI will go back to the society and 1.5 FSI will be consumable.
Okay. So do you want to say anything more on this issue?
Nothing.
Nothing. Huh? That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Karl.
Okay.
Yeah.